Sorry. There we go. Hi everyone, this is Kitty Cat 2468016 and welcome back to my channel. I guess I should just start. So I woke up this morning and I was looking for something to find on Netflix, and I found a trailer for it's called Alex Strangelove, and it made me think. If you haven't watched it, this video, I suggest you watch it. Yes, I know this is a stream, but since my phone is weird, it won't let me record videos and then post them to YouTube with my phone. So I'm having to make it into a stream instead of recording it like a normal video. Okay. Anyways, if you're back, hi. Hope you enjoyed the movie. I'm going to be talking about it a lot, and I wanted you guys to watch it in advance so I don't spoil it for you. It's called Alex Strangelove. Welcome back. Okay, so I just finished watching the video, which is why I'm recording now, and, I did. I cried. If you can hear it in my voice, I cried a lot. And then it made me realize that it's okay for people to come out, which I already knew, but I meant for me specifically. I wasn't planning on making a coming out video on my YouTube channel, but I realized something once I finished watching it. And when I was looking through my comments, I realized I have 150 subscribers, which is amazing. But I also realized that there's 150 people out there who watch my videos, participate in my streams, apparently like listening to my voice. They like my awkwardness and me being unable to say a sentence without the word or They enjoy me getting scared or me laughing, or just there's 150 people out there that I may or may not know who love me, apparently, because that's what I do when I subscribe to someone. It means I love them. I love their content, or I love them as a person, or I love their beliefs or views. And not views like on a video. I meant point of views on things. And it made me think there's 150 people out there who don't know the real me. There's 150 people out there who watch my videos all the time, who participate in my streams, comment on my videos, like my streams, like whatever, follow me on social media, and they have no idea who I really am. And while I'm not going to go into a full life story, because while I'm not going to do that, I will clear up a few things for you guys. My real name is Felicia. I don't go by it, except with family and friends that I've known a very long time. I've always loved my name. It's not that I hated it. It's just that when I got to high school, when I moved here, people didn't like the name, or they liked it because of the joke. There's a movie called Friday, I think it is, or maybe the Girls Friday, I don't know. The point is, there's a joke that goes along, and it's the bye Felicia thing. And it didn't bother me as much until my first boyfriend used it to break up with me. Yeah. And warning, I have paper towels here, so if I start crying, it'll be okay. But yeah, I'm over that now. But he did that when he broke up with me. And after that, it became less of a joke and more of just a reminder of that horrible day. He was my first ever boyfriend, and he broke my heart, as many people's first boyfriends do. I don't want to say all, but many people's. So yeah, so that's why I don't go by that name. Ever since then, I started going by Kitty, actually, in school. That's what people called me. Anytime I introduced myself, unless it was because of those fun attendance, things. When they call your name in class and you say here or present or whatever. Unless it was that, how they met me. I'm trying. Sorry about that. Now I can't edit that out. Great. You were standing up before. There. Alright. So yeah. What was I saying? Right. That's how that stuck. I've also had a cat named Molly before. She was not one of my first cats, but one of my like after recent but not present, somewhere in the middle there. But yeah, so that's how that stuck, and I just kept that for everything. I think when I tried to make my first username, I tried to use Molly, but it was taken, which is how I came up with Kitty Cat, and then I've just always loved even numbers, so I just have 24680, and then 16 was the age when I officially made social media. I made a Facebook. I didn't make a Twitter yet, but I made an Instagram, and I made YouTube. So 16, and then coincidentally it ended up being the same year I graduated, so everything works out. A lot of people also ask me my age. I am 20 years old. My birthday is May 6, 1998. And so as of right now, I am 20, although a lot of people disagree. Okay, so I'm trying to think of any other basic questions I can answer before the big one. I can't think of any, so I'll just start. Okay. The movie is about a guy. His name is Alex. and he's trying to figure himself out, as most high schoolers do. It's his senior year. And one thing about this movie that really got me is the beginning of it. It was very typical. He was a high school guy. He had a best girlfriend that they'd been best friends since forever, and just normal story. They hung out all the time, and oh no, thinking of something else. They'd not been best friends since forever, but like they met up in high school, and then they'd been best friends ever since, and stuff like that. And it was really relatable, but also classic, typical high school kind of movie, so I didn't really think too much of it. And then the guy started, like Alex started trying to make plans with Claire, and things weren't working out for him. And I was like, okay, this is getting more relatable. Tell me more, and then he meets this guy. Like I said, you should watch the movie first, otherwise I'm going to spoil everything for you. He meets this guy, Elliot, and he's gay. Like, he's openly out there gay. And he has a girlfriend. Well, it's a placeholder girlfriend, I guess. His family didn't do well with him coming out, so he has her to be like, oh, ha, it was a joke. And they like live together and, hang out and stuff, and, pretend to be a couple, but he's really gay. I think the girl's straight, but she never tells. And then Alex starts having feelings for Elliot. So he's thinking, oh my gosh, what's going on? And he starts having feelings for him, and Elliot really likes Alex. Really. Right off the bat. And Alex starts really liking Elliot, but doesn't. And one of the scenes, he wakes up and he's picking cereal, and this is actually a really funny scene, so I won't spoil it, but anyways, he comes to the realization that he's bi, and almost all of my family members are asleep right now. Anyways, he comes to the realization that he's bi, and so he goes to his best friend, because everybody does that. They go to their best friend when they need advice. And he's like, oh my god, dude, I'm bi. And then the guy does something to make him realize maybe he's not bi. And then they talk about it in a civilized, mature manner. It's like, you're not bi. You're really nervous about your plans with Claire. And you have a man crush that just happens to be a gay guy. And that really got me interested. I don't remember when that is. I think it's like closer to the middle of the movie, and then that's when I was like, okay, I am finishing this. I'm watching it all the way through. So he comes to the realization, he's like, okay, I'm not bi. I just have a crush on this guy, but I'm still in love with Claire. But then later on in the movie, he realizes he's been gay all along. And I'm going to go more into that. But, anyways, he realized he's been gay all along. He had just been in denial, or he was just too young to realize it, or, just something like that, something along the lines of that. And then, it's all a happy ending, but he comes out to his best friend that he was dating, that was his girlfriend, that he's gay. And of course she doesn't take it very well, because not only did she lose her best straight guy friend, she lost her boyfriend too. And while I can't relate to that in that way, Um, like, I guess I kind of, but, anyways, it all works out. She comes to the realization, this is good, you know, Alex wasn't the right one for me, which is okay. And, I'll still love him always, but she'll be able to find, someone who is her right person. And then, and I say person because she kind of hinted that something was going on at the end. I don't know. Maybe I read too much into it. And then, Alex came out that he's gay, and it was all a happy ending, and he got with Elliot, and it was just a great movie. The point is, that movie got me thinking. Well, actually, the very end of the movie, they run this web show, and they do an episode where he tells their story about how they did, and then it starts like zooming out. That's zooming in. I'm sorry, zooming out, and a bunch of other little pictures of videos and stuff starts popping up, and it's just a bunch of people telling their coming out stories. And like I said, I never planned on doing that. But since I actually have people who care about me on YouTube, and I did just come out on my Facebook, maybe I didn't come out in the right way. I should have came out a different way. Not on Facebook. But any other questions you guys might have for me, I would be happy to answer them in the comments. But I'm doing this not just for me, and not just for my wonderful subscribers. I love you guys so much. I'm also doing this for my friends. There's a lot of friends, there's a lot of my real personal friends who follow me and watch my videos on YouTube. And I want them to know. I want them to know me. Because, maybe there's been some times where I've tried to tell them. And they'd be like, no, that's impossible. It's something else. Or, something like that. Maybe. But, and while I'm still confused about it myself, I'm gonna try to give the best answer I can possible. So, at first, I thought I was bi. And a lot of my friends, when I that I think I might be bi, or something like that, they gave the answer of, oh, we knew all along. I'm not sure how true that is, but while watching that video, there's a bunch of flashbacks, like in the climax of the movie, I guess, where that's where he comes to the realization. He is gay. He's been gay all along. He just didn't realize it. And I can relate to that. I was in middle school, and I didn't talk to guys at all. Like, if you were a guy and I talked to you, you're lucky, because I didn't talk to many. And I had just a lot of female friends. I was just learning about the LGBT, because it was LGBT at that time, just LGBT, community, but not in the way I would have wanted to, if that makes sense. Instead of being told things, I got shown things. And it didn't really gross me out, I guess. It didn't really, what's a movie? I can't think of it. But he used a really good word that described how I didn't feel. But yeah, I didn't get grossed out by it. I mean, I was freaked out by it, because here's me, little middle schooler, never kissed anybody, never even thought about love, never done anything like that. And here I was being shown different things for the first time. And I'm not going to go into what they were because this is a PG-13 channel, but it did not have to do with the lower area. It was just upper area. That's all I'm going to say. But I was shown things by two of my best friends in middle school that came out that they were, well, one of them was les, and then one of them was bi. And they had fun together. Anyways, the point is, it's never really been a problem for me. Ever. And I guess I just didn't think of it too much. I guess I just thought of it as I've never been a person to judge at all. And, you know, I guess that just started at a young age, you know. I was like, oh, you know, they like to have that kind of time together, you know, good for them, you know, I'm happy for them. They're my two best friends, and, you know, I'd be... I hope you guys can't hear them. Gosh, I'm about to get headphones. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me with the headphones though. Okay. But yeah, it never really was a problem for me. And so I just didn't think too much of it. And in middle school, it was really hard to figure it out when I started feeling it, because in middle school I didn't think about relationships, mostly because I wasn't allowed to have one. And I didn't really think too much of it. Do not knock on my door. I didn't think too much of it, so it's hard for me to tell then. High school is when things really started happening. High school was my first relationship, and it was a boy. And while I've never been in a real relationship or any relationship with a girl, I wasn't opposed to it at a young age. I guess I've never really been opposed to it. In high school is when I started noticing different things. I started noticing how people are by more than personality. I started noticing looks. I started noticing features, I guess. Again, not lower area. God, I'm making this sound really bad. Okay. I started noticing different features, as in, like, what hairstyles I preferred. There we go. That's good. I'm putting it back on a good track now. I started noticing what eye colors I liked. I started noticing different features that I liked. I started noticing different body types that I liked. And while I would never judge someone for the body type that I wasn't attracted to, there we go. There's the word. I noticed what features, or I learned what features and what body types and what personalities and things I was attracted to. Mostly, I was attracted to body types that looked like me, with both genders. At this time, I didn't know about other genders yet. I just thought it was female and male, you know. I hadn't gotten that far yet. It's a very slow process. Still learning, but I'm getting there. I started noticing, or I started learning and realizing that I liked women didn't look like me, mostly. I liked women who were a bit more built, more bigger. Like, not so skinny like I am. Like, I'm super tiny. I liked women who were not so skinny. Like, a little bit bigger than me, you know. or I was attracted to, not liked. I like any size, shape, but like attracted to. And I was attracted to men who were the same way, I guess, that were taller than me, because I'm kind of short. And a little bit more muscular, not too muscular, because that would scare me. I would feel like, oh my god, they're gonna crush me, because I'm a twig. Like, you know, in single hug. I guess that's how me being a hug fanatic started. I never really thought about that. I don't know. Because I've always been a hug fanatic, like even when I was little, but I guess it became like a really big thing in middle school and high school because I just felt like I wanted to be closer to the person. And I know in a single hug, if I'm gonna like you, if we're gonna be friends, and what kind of person you are. Like, I can feel that. Because I feel like a hug is really special to me. Like, a lot of people don't think too much into it. They think, oh, kisses are everything. Hugs are really important to me. Because when I hug you, I notice where your hands are, which tells you what kind of person you are. I noticed where you put your head, which tells you which lets me know if we're going to be friends or not. And and how I am when I hug you, which lets me know if I like you or not, in that way or in any way. I hope that made more sense to you. If a person, like, let's say if I'm hugging a guy in high school and he was the pervy type, but I didn't know, I just met him. If he's putting his arms or his hands lower, like on my waist or lower, I can tell what kind of person he is. If when we're hugging for the first time, he's got back, which is where he's supposed to be, and since I'm short, there shouldn't be any excuse, then I can tell what kind of person they're going to be. If I can tell that they're not really into the hug, I can see how much they like me or what they think of me. If I'm not really into the hug, I can tell what I think about them. And where they put their head. That's important. If they're on my shoulder, then I can think, okay, maybe they're going through a hard time and they needed this hug, so I hold on a little bit longer. If they put their head on my head, I'm thinking, okay, maybe they like me, so I'll hold the hug a bit longer. If they keep their head steady, maybe they're not really into it, and I'll let go sooner. I don't know about hugs, but I guess me growing up, me not really, I mean, like I said, my mom has a million stories of where I would just walk up to strangers and hug them, and while that's not a very safe thing to do, I was like a toddler. I didn't know any better. But the point is, when I would hug girls, it would be different. When I would hug girls, I would feel different here. Heart. I would feel different. And I would be able to tell here if I liked them or not. Now, some guys, it was the same way. Girls, it was that way, always. I would be able to tell here if I liked them, what kind of person they were, and if we would be good friends or not. Most of the time it was good. Mostly because if a girl doesn't like you, she's not gonna hug you. Girls make that easy. Guys don't like you, or if guys don't like you, they're gonna hug you anyway because they want to feel something. Thought my poster was moving. This doesn't make sense. I mean, can girls like girls? And I didn't really think about it much. I got more friends. I learned more. I had more boyfriends. And it's not that I don't like guys. I do. It's just I'm very picky. I'm very picky with guys. And I'm picky with girls. I'm just a picky person. And I have more boyfriends, and I realized how I felt about guys. I found my type. And my type is like me personality-wise. My type is, I mean, I'm bound for Broadway. Like, it's always been my plan. I can't be with someone the rest of my life who has no interest in music. I can't be with someone the rest of my life who has no interest in, art, like musicals or even just plays. I can't be with someone who I have no one in common with. And I learned that with my first relationship. And I'm not going to say names because I don't know if they watch my channel. But my first relationship, I learned that. I learned that I have to have someone who's my type. My second relationship came. That was sophomore year? I want to say, I think it was sophomore year. I don't know. I don't remember. Sophomore or junior year. It's one of those. I think it was sophomore year though. Sophomore year, I learned, because I found someone my type. He loved to sing. He was an amazing singer, amazing dancer, amazing actor. Heck, we met in a show. But he was too like me. We had everything. There was no variety. And I realized I couldn't be with someone who we were too perfect. I mean, we were the cutest couple, I still have people tell me, me and him would have made such a amazing, couple if we stayed together, but we were too perfect. And my third relationship was a long distance relationship, but then I learned I can't do that, or it doesn't work out. I learned the hard way that long distance relationships don't work out. Junior year is when everything changed. Junior year, I had a major loss. I lost my cousin. She was very young, just a teenager, just turned a teenager, and I lost her, and it broke me. I'd never been in a more moment or stage of depression than I was when I lost her. She was my everything. She was my sister, and I just lost everything when I lost her. I didn't talk to anybody anymore. It was the summer of junior year, so I didn't have school to help. I had a cleaning job at the time, but it didn't help at all. I think I actually stopped working for a while. It's been 4 years. Or will be 4 years, I think. Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe it'd be 3. But the point is, it's still been so long, and I still can't say her name. I guess that describes what kind of person I am. I don't handle death well. Especially not death that was sudden. No warnings. Nope. No one expected it. After I lost her, I didn't talk to anybody, and I felt like I had no one. I was here with my family, but I didn't talk to them. I had my friends from school. I didn't talk to them. I didn't want to feel like I was burdening on anyone. I didn't want anyone to have to deal with my problems. I've always been that way. I always try to handle things myself. And then one day, I was on Twitch. I was watching CL Star, my favorite Twitcher, one of my favorite YouTubers. And I guess something he said at the end of his, that stream got me thinking, and for some reason, I just decided, shoot, I'll go for it. Throw caution to the wind. And I typed a very long paragraph at the very end of the stream. He had already left. He left it going for a few more minutes so the rest of the chat could say bye to him. And I put a very long paragraph in that Twitch stream. I put about how if anyone needed someone to talk to, here was my Twitter handle, because I had a Twitter then. I made a Twitter when I started doing YouTube. Or wanting to do YouTube. It's like, if anyone wants to talk to anybody, or needs someone to talk to, or just needs a friend, I'm here. I was tired of dealing with my problems, I guess. It's like, I'm never gonna get anywhere if I keep just thinking about it all the time. So I did. I sent it. And that was March 6th. And then I have it time stamped. I can't remember it right now. But I think it was 6:28 p.m. when I sent it. And I got a message from someone. You've heard me talk about her a lot. I have a lot of videos dedicated to her. I have a lot more posts, believe me. If you guys follow me on social media, you know. Her name is Amy. I got a message from her on Twitter like 20 minutes later after the stream ended. And she said, hey, you need someone to talk to? Or, no, you said if I needed someone to talk to, I could come to you, or something like that. And we talked. We talked. We kept talking. We kept talking. And things were different. I felt like I could be the real me with her. I didn't have to act. I didn't have to wear a mask like I'd felt like I'd been wearing one my entire life. I always had to be the perfect one. I always had to be the one who never messed up, the one who never failed, the one who never let loose and have fun. She changed that. And, a year later, I realized I was in love with her. And it's okay. She already knows. She won't find out with this video. I didn't make this video for that. I fell in love with her, and I was in denial a long time about it. Because I was like, this doesn't make sense. I've never met her in person. How can I know this? I've never even hugged her. I don't know anything about her. She could still be you know, I don't know anything. And it didn't matter. She lives so far away from me. She lives in a completely different country. But it didn't matter. I never thought about that. When I was with her, I could just be me. I could say anything I wanted to say. I could tell her anything. I didn't have to be Miss Perfect. I could be me with mistakes, with scars, with cuts, with bruises. I could be me without the mask. And it felt amazing. And while there are some people who I've told a little bit of that story to, and they think, you were in a hard time, she was the only one who cared enough to let you talk about your problems, to, talk to you about hers. You had a bonding moment, and she'll always be your bestest friend in the entire universe because that's what she is. But I don't think you are in love. Love means you love them unconditionally. Love is where you look past everything. And that's what we did with each other. And best friends don't always do that. Best friends sometimes will judge you for actions. Best friends will tell you that sometimes, or that some things are bad, or they don't agree with your decisions, or they don't agree with your choices, or agree with who you are sometimes. I know after a lot of friends see this video, they are probably going to maybe unsubscribe, stop being my friend. It doesn't matter. If that's what they want to do, I understand. But I fell in love with a girl. And I've thought about it a million times over. I can see myself marrying her, having a family, living together, having a future. And Amy, we have everything in common, and yet nothing in common at the same time. She lives in a completely different country than so many things are different. She's grown up so differently. And yet, there's still so much we have in common. We both love music. We both love musicals. We both anime. We both love the same stuff. And then we try to love each other same things too. We just work through everything. We're just amazing. But there's also been 2 guys now. I guess I'll mention one first. Again, I'm not naming names. The only name I'm mentioning is Amy's, because she doesn't care if I say her name online. There's one guy in high school. I fell for him instantly. We became best friends. He was the bestest guy friend I could ever ask for. I don't know. I came from high school, just moved here. I still didn't really talk to boys, and he was the only guy that I could actually open up to. He was the only guy who I could tell everything to, who I could go with my problems, who I wasn't afraid of how he would see me because I know he would stay. The only guy who I thought would be in my life forever. Well, things happened, and we stopped being friends. At least it felt like it. I'm recording.
Huh?
I'm recording. Oh, I like it! I wasn't paying attention.
She nicked it. And I'm just hoping it don't look too bad.
No!
You sure?
Yes. It's weird, because I'm going to have to get used to it, but I like it. It's cute.
See, this side she did.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, no, she didn't go near my hair anymore with them things. But see, she nicked it. Right here.
I can't even notice.
But we're trying to
I
cover.
don't even notice. It looks
Don't
good.
look too bad.
No.
Except it took every drop of red out of my hair. Every drop.
Well, I have the dye.
I know.
I have the dye, and now there's less hair for me to maybe mess up, so maybe we'll do that today.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like really grayed out.
Yeah, I'll do that. Ugh, sorry. Okay. Anyways. But yeah. Things happened, and I guess we stopped being friends. And I thought, I'll get over him. It's no big deal. I used to get a crush on any guy who would be nice to me, because I guess I just wasn't used to that. And I thought, oh my gosh, that must mean I like him. If he's nice to me, I know better now. But when I was a freshman, I didn't. And then my senior year, I went to prom. And I danced with that guy. And I realized it was still there. The butterflies. The heart pounding. All the typical stuff you only see in movies. You only read in books. For him. I feel all of it for her. It's a crazy, really messed up world. And it's a really crazy, messed up life I live in, but I don't really care. I wouldn't change myself for anyone. I'm always gonna love him. Come to that realization many times. And I'm not in denial about it anymore. I recently came out of denial about it, and now I realize it's okay. I'm always gonna love him. He was my first love. And while he will never feel the same way for me, while he never felt the same for me, it's okay. She makes me feel those same things. The butterflies, the heart pounding. I can just look out and their eyes just, and their smiles, and while I've never hugged Amy, I hugged him many times. And that night, that prom night, when I danced with him, when we were close, and I started crying. But I didn't want him to know why. What was I supposed to tell him? I wouldn't be able to tell him. I couldn't tell him. I was supposed to tell him, hi, it's me, the girl who's been in love with you since I met you, since we'd been best friends. every time that we were in when we were in class together and we would hang out and stuff, I couldn't tell him that. He was in love with someone else. And I respected that. So I wasn't going to ruin that for him. So instead of telling him why I was crying, I just said I was okay. And he just hugged me. He gave me the longest hug ever. And I pulled back every fiber, held back every fiber in my body to keep from just crying in his arms like I wanted to. Just tell him about the hard life I've had and how awful it was that he wasn't in it anymore. But I didn't. I was the strongest person that night. Wiped away my tears and put back on my mask. And then I did tell Amy, though. I did. I messaged her one night because I couldn't take it anymore. I had to know. And then once I did, I lost it. I texted her and was like, I think I'm in love with you. And I explained a few things. I don't remember what all I said. All I know is I got a message saying that she was typing back. Because it was Snapchat. And they let you know when someone's typing back. And I turned off my phone. I turned it off. I don't think she ever knew that. Guess she will now. I turned off my phone. Completely off. And just put it to the other side of the room. And cried for a long time. And then I went to sleep. And I didn't read it until the next morning. It was a very short answer. I think she said something like, which is understandable. We had been best friends for over a year. She was already dating someone else. Still dating. They're madly in love, and I'm over the moon happy for them. They make the best couple. I really think he's the one for her. And while it's hard for many people to say that, you know, they're best with their best friend, I'm sure a lot of people can relate and then see them in love with someone else. It's exactly how the end of Alex Strangelove was. Claire was in love with Alec, but Alex was in love with Elliot. And had been the whole time. And while in the movie it doesn't it shows that it didn't ruin the relationship, or ruin their friendship, I mean. I think for ours it did for a little bit. Maybe it's just me. But she's still my everything. And to make it less awkward that I'm in love with her, we just call her my sister. My family just thinks of her as the daughter from a different country. My family thinks of her as the daughter that they never had, and she just lives far away with her boyfriend. But she's coming to see us. I'm finally gonna get to meet her. Either the end of this year or the beginning of next year. We haven't decided when. I'm so excited. And don't worry, we're going to be vlogging and taking 1,000,001 pictures. Maybe 1,000,002 pictures. Maybe 1,000,000,000 pictures. I'm going to be posting them everywhere. I'm never going to like put up my camera when I'm around her. Because I want all those memories for when she goes back. Ruin anything. Or more likely, I ruin anything. The point of this video was so you guys can learn more about me. Maybe not in the most detail that you wanted, or I wanted. But I ramble a lot, so that happens a lot. The point is I'm pan. Pan means you fall in love with someone, and it doesn't matter what gender they are. It doesn't matter what their sexuality is. It doesn't matter. Both the people that I described are straight, very straight. But I'm different. And I guess I have been all along. I just didn't know. I didn't really think too much about it. Away from all that, once I got to high school, I started learning really fast what I liked, what I didn't like, or attracted, what I wasn't attracted to, what I was attracted to. And I can honestly say that there's been many girls that I've been attracted to at my high school. There's been many girls that I've been attracted to in the theater programs that I was in my community theater, in any shows that I went to. Attracted to their personality, their looks, their style. Same with guys. And while I can't give you a straight answer on how I am, I can give you a straight answer on who I am. And I am pansexual. And I don't know what that says about me, or how me being okay with dressing up like a guy says about me. I don't want to be a guy, so I guess that makes it clear. But me getting into the cosplay world also helped a lot. Me getting into the anime and cosplay community also helped a lot figuring out who I am. It's like that. Both of them, girls and guys. I developed crushes or attractions to both girls and guys. And in the cosplay community, you have no idea who anyone is. They could be transgender, they could be transsexual, they could be anything. And while it does confuse me that I say sex, because I'm not a sexual person, pan-romantic just doesn't sound right. That's probably it, though. Maybe I'm pan-romantic. That's one I haven't heard before. Maybe I'm only romantically interested in both genders. Or not both genders. Anyone. Just depends on who I get attracted to. But not sexually. I'm not a sexual person. I don't have sexual desires like other people do. I was gonna say normal, but normal people scare me. I don't have sexual tendencies. I don't have stuff like that. Other people do, and I don't. And I never really have. And I was always confused about that for a long time. But once I started learning more about the community, I started realizing there are asexual people out there. I actually know one. She told me about it a long time ago. I just didn't really think too much about it. Because I don't care what you are. And I guess that's the whole point I wanted to make with this video. I'm Pan. And if you don't like that, that's okay. You don't have to. You can be straight, gay, bi. Because I thought I was bi first. But, then I realized bi means you're attracted to both genders, male and female. I'm just attracted to the person themselves, not what they classify as, not who they like. So that's the difference. But I don't care what you are. I don't care who you classify yourself as or what you classify yourself as. You could be agender. There's people like that too. You can be anything. I'm still gonna love you and care about you the exact same way. And not because you're a subscriber or something. I was just looking at my ratings and it just showed me that over 50% of the people who watch me aren't subscribed to me. And I think that's awesome. I'm reaching people who aren't subscribed to me. That many people? It's great. And I'm not saying you have to subscribe to me. I'm just saying I'm still going to love you and care about you as a person. Because people deserve that. People don't deserve to be judged. When I came out to my family, I was so scared what they were going to say. And of course they were freaked out. I mean, I'd been straight up to their knowing the whole time. And like I said, I didn't grow up around that community. I didn't know it existed until middle school when I was first introduced to it. I was first introduced to it a intellectual way in high school when I moved here. If I had moved here, who knows? Who knows what I would have learned? Probably too much bad. But they took time, they researched, got to know what it was about, and I came out on Facebook. I think like a few days ago? Or a week ago. Yeah, I think it was a week ago. Because happy Pride Month! And all I kept seeing was just Pride Month, Pride Month, Pride Month. People coming out, people coming out. I just kept seeing that on my Instagram, on my Twitter, on my Facebook, on all my social medias. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe this would be a good thing for me. And it turned out it was. I got a lot of people messaging me and commenting my posts and liking my stuff and saying how proud they were of me to finally come out and say it. And say it the right way. I'm not going to say pan-romantic, because I don't think that's a thing. So I'm just going to stick with pansexual. But if it does change to pan-romantic, and pan-romantic actually is a thing, I'll let you know. But this is me. This is who I am. And a lot of people, more people than I thought, actually support me with it. And I guess I'm to do it too. You don't have to do it publicly. You don't even have to do it in front of your friends or family. I'm not forcing you to do that. I'm not telling you you should. This is a really big step for me. I don't think I would have been able to do this if I hadn't done it on Facebook first. Or I hadn't even done it to my friends first. What I'm just trying to say is, if you think you're something else, research it and then admit it to yourself. That's the biggest step. I had to admit it to myself before I could admit it to Amy, before I could admit it to my family. You have to take that first step if you want. If you feel like you're ready, take that first step. Even if it's just coming out and, saying you're straight, which a lot of people say is the most normal thing. But to be honest, I see a lot more people who are gay or bi than straight. So, if you're confused, do research. Talk to someone about it if you want. It's what I did. I researched a long time. And I figured out what I was. And I'm proud to be it. I'm not ashamed. I used to be. I used to think, oh my gosh, this is awful. Why am I like this? It just stands by what I've always known about myself. I love everybody. I care about everybody. It just got to a deeper meaning when I fell in love with Amy. When I got crushes on different girls. Some, even my best friends. Everything changed. And maybe that'll happen to you. Maybe it'll happen like in the movies. One person only takes to change everything. She turned my life upside down. It only takes one person to make a change in your life or in anyone else's. So maybe you are straight, which is great. Good for you. Being straight is awesome. Being anything is awesome. Be who you want to be. Be the person that you are. Don't hide. And if you're afraid for your family, trust me, I was too. But I actually talked to my mom about this. And something she said actually made me cry. Because we were talking about when I came out to her. And we were talking about how long it took for her to do the research and learn more about it and realize what is going on with her daughter. And she said, after taking a lot of time to think about it, she realized she had two options. She had three options. She could either ignore it and be in denial about it. She could either kick me out of her life because she didn't agree with my choices. Or she could accept that this is who I am. And she said she loved me way too much to do that to me. She loved me way too much to kick me out of her life, to ignore me, and pretend I was someone else. And I really, that meant a lot to me when she said that. Because that was the scariest part of me coming out, was to my family. And I know for a lot of you it is too. There's so many stories I've seen of people coming out and they're like, I came out to my parents and it was the scariest thing ever. And some people might think it's not, but it is. I think the only other scariest thing is coming out to your friends, the one who've known you the whole time, and the ones who you're probably thinking, why didn't they figure this out sooner? Well, mine did. But I'm encouraging all of you to at least admit it to yourself, like you're ready. And like I said, even if it's just something that you've known all along and, you've said a million times, just say it to yourself once more. I'm blank. And I'm happy to be that. And if you want, leave down in the comments what you are, if you want. I'm not telling you have to. If you want, leave down in the comments. Share with me. Share with me. The person who's not going to judge you for anything. Share with me. Not your story, but just what you are. What you classify as. I'd be so happy to read them and reply to them. Or if you need someone to talk to, all of my social media. Just find one of my videos, not one of my streams. But find one of my videos, and you'll see a screen that has all my social medias on it. Pick one and follow me. Message me. DM me. I don't know what they're called anymore. Just do that. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. Well, first off, family, if you see this, I just want to let you know, thank you so much for understanding. Thank you so much for still loving me, still letting me live here. And, you know, I guess that's mainly for parents. Other family, if you see this and you didn't know, hi. I'm pansexual. And I hope you can still accept that about me. Brothers, if you see this, I still love you, and especially you two. If something's going on or you're confused about something, come to your big sister. She's been through it. All of it. Just let me know, okay? I'm right across the hall. Friends. Hi. I came out like you told me to. Like you said I should. Hope you're proud of me. Also, if you have any questions about my story, because I did mention there were some best friends I had a crush on. If you have questions, you know how to contact me. Not promising I'll be 100% honest, depending on who you are. But I will try. And last but not least, my subscribers, thank you so much. The 150 people who decided I was likable enough to hit that and all the other people out there, all the 53% of people who aren't subscribed to me that still watch my videos and watch my streams, thank you for just taking a little bit of time out of your day to see me and watch my content. Thank you. And this goes to anybody who watches this video. This was my story. You get to choose when you tell yours. And you don't have to rush it. You have all the time in the world. Or there can be some people who never reveal it, and then, hey, you've got a big dark secret. That's always fun. Just don't go to a party drunk, because it won't be a secret for very long. Not that I know by experience. I don't drink. But I know by other people's experiences. But yeah, thank you so much for 150 subscribers. This probably isn't how you wanted me to celebrate it, but I'm also doing this because I felt like it was the right thing to do. I needed to tell you guys, or show you guys who I really am. This is me. This is KittyCat2468016. And while I did tell you my real name, please don't call me by it. On my channel, I am Kitty, I'm Cat, or Molly. Just please. I hope that you guys respect me enough to not call me by my real name, because that's not the persona is the wrong word. I don't know. That's just not the name. That's not the alias I want to go by on my channel. It's either Molly, Kitty, or Cat. Or, you know, any cute nickname you have for me. Just not my name. Oh, I guess there's another group of people I can reference to. People from my stories. If you watch this, which I don't know if you would, but people from my story where I said I wasn't going to name specific people, if you think that's you, it's probably you. You can message me any questions, comments, concerns, anything you have. You know how to contact me. I hope that you're not mad that I brought you out into the public like this. And yeah. To the guy in my story that I will always love, I hope you never find out who you are. Because if you did, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know how I'd feel. I don't know how you'd feel. Because, I mean, learning that someone been in love with you for 6+ years, it's kind of crazy if you think about it. So, I will never reveal your name or anything about you or anything about your life or anything really about the friendship that I thought would last. That's all private. That's all personal. So you don't have to worry about any of that getting out. If you are watching this, though, and you do figure it out, it's you. I meant every word. To Amy, since I know she will watch this, I hope you're not mad that I just confessed online, even though, like you said, people would probably figure it out sooner or later with how many posts I post about you. What can I say? I want to brag about my girl. And also, I meant every word. Every single word. And while you may not think I am ecstatic about you and him being together, you guys make the best couple, the cutest, the funniest. I love hearing about stories between you and him. I love seeing your pictures on Instagram and Facebook, and while it is heartbreaking to see them, I would rather you be with someone who loves you unconditionally. I would rather you be with someone who you love unconditionally. That's actually right for you. Because while I love you from a whole round trip to the universe and back, I'm not the right person for you. I know I'm not. And it's okay. But he is. You better keep him. You better have the perfect, happily ever after fairy tale life that you want. Because if he hurts you, I will kill him. Just know that I will always be here for you. And that goes for you too. Guy. Guess I'll call you him. if you do figure out that it's you and you do want to talk to me about it, I guess I'll talk back. Won't be a fun conversation, but I will do it because I still love you too. I think I'm gonna end it at 1.5 minutes or 1.5 hours. So I think if there's anything else I need to say, if you subscribers or people watching this have anything you want to say to me, love, hate, whatever, put down in the comments. I'll be happy to read it. And yeah, I think now go on Netflix and watch more movies, maybe not super sad ones. But I hope that this video helped you guys learn more about me. And I guess now I'd be happy to do a more in-depth Q&A. So if you guys have any other questions you want to ask me, personal or not, leave them down in the comments. I'm trying to think of what else to say for another 5 minutes. I hope you didn't cry during this video. Anyone? I cried a little bit, but I always got confused why people cried during coming out videos, like when recording them, and they're emotional. You're pouring your heart out and soul to a screen, but also to the people who love you and watch you. And while most people would usually do this for their channel when they have like 1 million subscribers or 1 billion subscribers, or I don't know what I'm saying, just when they have a lot more subscribers, and while people might think 150 subscribers isn't that big of a deal, it is to me. I never made a YouTube channel to be popular. I never made a YouTube channel to make money. Those are bonuses, but that's not why I made the channel. I made the channel so I can make everybody happy. I made the channel so I can do what Jack and Mark and PewDiePie and Jay and Gloom, and I have in Reaction Time, and I have way too many channels I could name right now, but I'm running out of time. What they all did with me growing up. They made me happy. They made me laugh. They made me smile. They made me feel great about myself. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to project my need to make everybody happy publicly. And this was the best way to do it. And like I said, I probably will lose some subscribers after this, which is okay. Because I feel like it would hurt more if I waited. I feel like it would hurt more if I waited until, let's say I had like, let's say I had like 2 million subscribers. And maybe I lost half of them. Like I came out now and I lost half of those subscribers. That would hurt. I think it's better if I did it now because I have 150. Let's say I lose 50 of them. That means there's still 100 people who still love me unconditionally and still love my channel and still love me for me. And that would be amazing. So if you don't like who I am and you want to subscribe, that's okay. I hope to see you around. But for the people who will stay subscribed to me and who do still love me and will still watch my videos and still make me laugh or drive me crazy during my streams and help me with the hardest games I play and laugh when I get scared at horror games and just have fun on this amazing YouTube adventure with me, I say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. because those are the people that I want to stay. And people keep snapping. Okay. But, yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. I'm trying to think of any other groups of people I need to be referring this to. I guess I should also say I'm not gonna post this. Like, usually I make a big post whenever I post a stream or post a video or something. I'm not gonna do that this time. The people who actually watch my channel, my videos, they'll find it. And they'll watch it. Not guaranteed they'll like it, but they'll find it and watch it. So I'm not gonna do a big, post a new video, you know, whatever, on Instagram or my Facebook or Twitter like I usually do. This video will be posted whenever I end the stream in like 2 minutes. And then they'll be able to watch it and whatever. And I'm just gonna keep my phone charged because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting a lot of messages after certain people find this. But yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, this was a stream, but I'm glad no one showed up because I wanted it to be treated like a video, not a stream. Just take into consideration everything I said, I guess, because I was being 1000% honest in this video. And I hope that this helped you learn more about me and you don't feel like I'm a fake person on YouTube now, because some people have called me that.